So Carson, obviously, big game for you guys today. You started off hot, ended up throwing 4 touchdowns. Just what was working for you guys today?
Just felt super comfortable out there. I thought the game plan was really, really good going into the week. Just in preparation from, Sunday all the way through Friday, the energy was super high. The offense was clicking throughout the week, and we had a lot of confidence going into the game. So, again, we went out there, and even with all that, you got to go out and execute, and we were able to do that.
Carson, just your connection with Malachi, we see it improving week over week. Just what is it about the way that you two operate? You're able to continue to build, and you're able to see what this kid who just turned 18 is able to keep doing this year?
Yeah, we're just on the same page, and again, that takes hours and hours of work and conversation and meeting and film and all these different things that go on behind the scenes that not everybody sees, and obviously everyone sees Saturday, but they don't see all the work that kind of goes into it throughout the week. And obviously it's a bunch of accumulated reps and me and him individually walking through stuff, talking through things. So that the chemistry kind of clicked from day one, to be honest with you. But now that we've been able to play 11 games now together, plus however many practices we practice together, it's we're kind of one within the same every single play. So I know what he's going to do every time. He knows what I want him to do, and it's been really, really fun playing with him.
And another big throw from him. He has the deep ball. He has a touchdown. Now he has like a shortstop type throw. Just from your vantage point, just what's your favorite of his passes so far? I'm assuming he's going to be.
Well, it's got to be the touchdown to me.
but just to see the versatility of his throwing.
It's so impressive. I mean, oh gosh, I seriously think he could go play somewhere and play quarterback, legit. He's just such an incredible talent, and shoot, I'm just glad that he's on our team. I love being able to have the opportunity to play with him, and he's going to be really special, and he is special right now.
We'll have to do 2 more questions.
Carson, have you ever played with somebody that's used like Madley all over on the backfield, QB?
No, shoot. I mean, he's played every position on the field besides O-line. We were looking at that last week. He's played every single position on offense. He's just an incredible talent. He's so special, and again, like I just said, I'm just super grateful to be able to have him on our team and be able to have the opportunity to play with him.
And then Elijah Lofton, he's a guy who kind of started out slow this year. 2 touchdowns the last 2 games. How have you seen him kind of keep sticking with it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just like you said, he's just continued to stick with it, trust the process, and continue to work, right? And that's what you have to do. There's so many guys on the field, and only one person can have the ball, and sometimes that's hard to understand because everybody wants the ball, everybody wants to make the play, and shoot, when you're on a team that has so much talent and so many people that can make game-changing plays and explosive plays and go and score, sometimes the ball gets distributed, other places, and that's not necessarily on him or anybody else, right? But again, he's been able to make plays when his number's been called, and I'm just super proud of him in the way that he's continued to battle and continue to keep going.
Got time for one more.
Just the last drive, you guys obviously up, throw in the touchdown to go up. I think it was 17 to finish it. Just what went into that, and just be able to get Malachi a touchdown in that final?
Yeah, I mean, it was 4th and 2, and we wanted to close out the game. So again, when it's 4th and 1 and 4th and 2, it's a huge difference, especially when there's 8 people in the box, right? They're going to have an extra hat wherever we go in the run game. So we just decided that we were going to throw it and just close it out. So I personally loved the call, right? Obviously, I want to throw it. I mean, some people would say you're trying to run it up, but again, we were trying to close out the game, and that's what we were able to do.
Great. Thank you, Carson.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Zechariah, obviously, first just Jacoby goes out kind of early in the game. Need kind of guys to step up. How do you feel like you guys stepped up with him out?
I'm very proud of my guys, Dylan Day, all those guys. They stepped up. It's next man mentality. Unfortunately, Kobe's one of the best players in the country, so losing him, of course, it hurts. But those guys came in and they handled up.
They get within 10, they get the onside kick. They look like they're about to drive again. Just to be able to get the fumble recovery and essentially seal it. Just how much of a maybe sigh of relief was that when Virginia Tech was trying to make it interesting there late?
I think that's a testament to our culture. We bend, but we don't break. So we just stayed calm, kept our composure, and we handled up.
Were you sure it was going to stay a fumble after some reviews and stuff earlier in the game?
I mean, I was kind of nervous about it, but I kind of knew what it was. Shout out to Bain and Mez for getting that done.
And then on the run defense side of things, they were able to kind of gash you guys a few times. What did you see on some of those plays? What were they doing that was working?
That's a good team when it comes to the run game. They did a lot of stuff that kind of like confused our gaps a little bit, but we had to go back to the drawing board. We figured it out and we handled up.
Like Adam was mentioning, just a lot of reviews, a lot of waiting around, a lot of just having to figure things out. Just how do you guys handle that in the moment? What are you doing to try to stay composed when there is a lot of uncertainty out there?
Like I said, shout out to the coach, man. Shout out to our coaches, man. They always keep us calm and keep us collected. And, you know, we got to control what we can at the end of the day. You know, it's all about us. You know, we can't control the calls or the officials. So we just control what we can and do us.
And you mentioned a lot of guys stepping up with Jacoby going out. Bryce Fitzgerald specifically started nickel, then ends up playing safety. Just his versatility. What have you seen from him as his role sort of evolved this season?
Yeah, that's my little brother, man. He's truly one of the best players in the country. He's a very versatile dude, like you said. You know, for a young guy, that's pretty impressive. You know, that you can put him anywhere at nickel, safety. You know, so that's very impressive.
And just how have you guys handled just obviously since the SMU game, you've sort of been backed into all guys having to knowing what you have to do to win out. Just how you've seen the team over these last 3 weeks handling business, knowing that again, not looking ahead to being able to figure out how to do what you have to do on a week-to-week basis going into this final week.
I mean, it starts at practice. You know, we all had a meeting every time versus Louisville we had a meeting, versus SMU we had a meeting. And, you know, we got back to the drawing board. It's all about us. We got to control what we can. We can't look ahead. We got to dominate the day. It starts with practice. You know, we've been dominating practice for the last 3 weeks. So, I mean, practice has been great, and it shows up in the game.
How thankful are you that you don't have to go against Malachi Toney?
I mean, I had to go get some in practice every day, you know. So, no, that's all I can say when it comes to him. That's all I can say when it comes to Mally, man. Best player in the country for sure.
Think he's a better quarterback or a receiver? That's an acceptable answer.
Yeah, fact.
Anything else for Zechariah?
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Questions for him?
Malachi, how important was it for you guys on offense to just kind of get off to a good start and kind of just keep rolling, scored on first, I think, 2 drives, and never trailed in the game?
I think it was very important to go out there and get a good start. It's always important every week to jump on our opponent. That's always our goal.
For you, again, doing a little bit of everything, playing a little bit more in the backfield today, or at least starting in the backfield, just what would you say about the way Shane Dawson's trying to diversify the way you're on the field to try to make sure you're able to get involved with teams' game planning against you now?
I love the way he disguises or get me the ball from different ways. It's just, I really don't know how to answer that question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Just the fact that, again, you know that teams are game planning against you, and the fact that you're still able to get involved the way you are, just what does it say both about you specifically, and the way that you guys are scheming things up?
I love the way Coach Dawson schemed things up, give me different opportunities to catch the ball, hand the ball, sometimes maybe even pass the ball. I just give me opportunity. I really don't know.
Yeah, but all right, and then with the passing, since you mentioned it, the touchdown to Beck, the deep throw to JoJo, and then the sidearm throw that you had today, how would you rank them in terms of which you were most impressed with?
My touchdown throw always go first. Probably JoJo. No, Keelan. The one from today second, and JoJo third.
I went, what? I think I said, what? I talked in the press box. That was an impressive throw. Coach Dawson kind of said on Monday that, kind of had to get the basic stuff kind of down first before he wanted to put more on your plate. How do you feel like maybe in the last month or so, when you've been able to do more stuff, how much do you feel like you kind of earned the ability to have a chance to do that?
I think I earned it well, and I'm doing great things with it. Not just going out there and taking advantage of it, but obviously going out there and do what they want me to do and doing what they need me to do.
After doing everything you did today, to be able to get a touchdown to cap it off, to add to it, just how good did that feel to get the touchdown that all but sealed it at the end?
It always great, whether I would have scored at the end or would I not. Just to be able to go out here and play with my brothers, or people that I call my brothers, is always amazing, and it's a blessing.
What kind of statement do you think you guys made these last 3 weeks with the way that you guys have won your games, heading into with a big game left against Pitt?
That we just willing to. We taking everything week by week, not focused on anything ahead of us or behind us. We just taking everything week by week.
Great. Thanks, Malachi.
Thank you.
Thank you. Justin, just how you evaluate, again, they got a few run plays and whatnot, but the bend to a don't break mentality of this defense, just how do you feel like that showed tonight?
Yeah, that's a good team. That's a good running team. We knew they wanted to run the ball. We had a few misfits. They hit a few plays, but it's always about the next play mentality. Come back. You gotta have a short mindset, short-term memory when you're playing football, just in general. So yeah.
For you personally, what has this last month been like? Obviously, David's missed a couple games, Ahmad missed a couple games. For you to take advantage of the reps and the extra opportunity you've had, how would you evaluate these last 4?
One thing I definitely want to give props to the offensive line. You know, just battling with them every day, and I'll just say just. A few guys went down. You know, my team needed me to step up, and you know, I'm just doing what's best for the team.
And then, like you said, they did break off a few good runs today. What were they doing that maybe made things tough for you on that side?
I mean, I'll say it wasn't really nothing too complicated. It was more just on our end, you know, just not doing our job, you know, not being disciplined. But I feel like we kind of had a great idea what they were going to do this game, and we kind of just prepared good for it.
And then Kyron Jones, their quarterback, obviously, he's very fast. He can get out of break tackles and stuff. When that happens to you guys on like the defensive line, whether it's you or Ruben or Akeem or whoever, does that motivate you guys more? Like, what do you guys do when that happens?
Yeah, I say, like I said, short-term memory, and you know, also it do strike a hunger in you just to make sure you get that next one. So kind of just going back to the next play, forgetting about that play. You know, it hurts, but you know, you got to move on. Yeah.
They get the touchdown, then they get the onside kick, and then they start driving again. When Zechariah recovers that fumble, just sigh of relief. Just what's the feeling? What's the mood like after Zechariah gets that?
Yeah, you know, it's great mood. You know, going out after that sequence of events. You know, defense, we knew it was on us. It was going to be on us. You know, to close the game out. You know, and it was just our mindset. You know, that they wasn't going to score. That we were going to close this game out. We were going to come out with the win. So. You know, yeah, definitely a sign of relief. You know, fumble. You know, with a big fumble, I feel like it's always just a relief.
Great. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.